Today on Puddin's Fab Shop, we're going to look at getting our shifter linkage built for the travel project. Let's get started. We got the column in last time. I went ahead and installed the shifter. Not real happy with the angle that thing comes up, so in the end this will end up being modified before final install. The way that shifts is when you pull it down, it spins this out here, and there's threaded holes on there, and they come with brackets like so. Any of the brackets I have, when I try to get it high enough where I want it, we are hitting part of our brake assembly there. So I don't really want to use this little bushing that comes with this anyways. It's just a cheap rubber bushing. So I want to cut this off and put a heim joint on there anyhow. So I marked this kind of in a weird way, but basically that's going to clock it. And these lines up here, I'm going to end up cutting a notch out there, cutting the head up off a bolt, putting it in there, tigging it up, and then threading on this heim joint. I got that on. Had to put a slight bend right in there to get it kicked up off the firewall, because as it does rotate down, it gets close to this bolt head here. But that's looking like it'll work for now to get us started. And this is why I wanted to use the heim, because that's just a real cheap, generic little rubber bushing. Wasn't a big fan of that. So this is where things are going to get a little more interesting. We could do some kind of bell crank right here, where that came down and just did a bell crank here on the inside, but then basically a rod's going to end up running right across here, which is where our exhaust is going to need to be. Now, a good exhaust guy may be able to do something and make it work, but if we can keep it out of the way of the exhaust, we'll have plenty of room to build just a little simple sweep on this exhaust here. So I think we should change the design of the shifter linkage before we change and make it difficult to do exhaust. So one way we could really get this out of our way is if we had some kind of coupler on here, where we could take a shaft over here through the frame and be able to take everything to the outside of the frame. It will be a lot of extra work, but if you picture what it'd look like with a rod going from here down to the outside of the frame, and then just a shaft going across back there straight onto that, you can see how much room we're going to really leave for our exhaust and not have to worry about that. So I think this is what I want to try. So to build the coupler, I have some 1¼ inch strap. It's 1/8 inch thick. I actually just bought this like an hour ago to build gas tank straps. But I'm going to take a little piece of it, and I'm going to take this arm from the transmission, end up cutting it off in a circle, drilling a hole big enough here to clear that shaft size, and this will end up getting welded onto this. Where these lines are here, I'm going to end up breaking them at a 90 on both sides, and I'm going to drill a couple holes, and basically it'll make it where we can bolt this onto the transmission, and then a shaft can go in there with a through bolt coming off of it. let me get you to speed on where I'm at. We built this coupler to be able to bolt onto the transmission, and basically I was wanting to cut a sleeve down that a 1/4 could go through it, and I was thinking we would take a piece of the 1/2 rod and weld it to that sleeve. Well, the only issue with doing it that way is the majority of the rod is going to be on the inside of the frame, and basically once it was in there, to be able to remove it, you would have to have the transmission out of there basically. So I wanted to figure out a way to make it easier. So what I came up with was I used another one of these sleeves. These are stainless and they're extremely hard. None of my drill bits will even get close to drilling them. So there's a hole here in it already. I used my carbide and basically stepped it out big enough for a 1/4, and then I cut it to length where I wanted it. That's this piece right here. This side is actually a 3/8 hex piece, and it was actually the only thing I could find in my shop right now that was long enough and fits a 1/4 pretty tight. I didn't have no tubing or nothing that would fit that, so I used it. I welded these two pieces together, and I went ahead and cut us a piece of 1/2 round rod, and this is going to be the piece that goes from this coupler through the frame. I cut it long on purpose. Down on this end, I slid this on here, marked it, drilled and tapped that for a 1/4. So now we can slide that on there. Tighten it down. And basically what this will allow us to do is when we go to install this arm, we can install it through from the outside of the frame, and once it gets through, we can add our coupler piece on there. That's going to meet up to our piece that bolts onto the transmission, and we will be able to bolt it together with a 1/4 right there. That worked pretty good. I got me a mark where I want it. I'm gonna punch it and drill it from the inside, and then I'll move to the outside to step it out. I found a different piece of material to sleeve this with. This piece is long enough that it goes past the inside of the frame, and the reason for that is more than likely I'm going to end up full boxing this frame, so I want it to come out past the inside. So now I'm going to get this thing picked up just a little bit and tacked up. So this little piece was experimental also. I just cut a piece of 1/8" strap, about a 1/2 inch wide or so. I clamped it in the middle in the vise and hammered it over. The piece was longer, and once I got it broke at a 90, I put one of these in between there, and I actually clamped it together with the vise. And then once it got to that shape like you see it now, I cut it to length, rounded it, drilled a through hole, and this side's 1/4. This side I tapped for 1/4, where hopefully we can put a bolt through there. There we go. So I take that on there, and we'll take it and mount it on the top heim joint that we added to the shifter on the column earlier. Got that mounted up there. So basically, because we can't get far enough back, I want to put a bend in this rod, and this is the highest it'll ever be, so from here it'll go lower so we can get the bend really close. So I'm going to do it, say, right there, to try to get it to hug along that toe board pretty close. we're doing it this way. Basically, I can take a piece of 1/4 inch, drill a 1/2 inch hole in it, where that piece of 1/4 inch can slide onto that 1/2 inch rod, and I can weld it on there. Also, I can drill holes in it and tap them all 1/4 20. That way I can just put a heim joint on the end of that and have adjustability that way. So basically, I need to build that little arm real quick. Put the heat in her now. This is in park because we can rotate this now to shift our transmission. So all the way up is park. So you can see I got a line right there at the tip of my finger, and it lines up with this 3rd hole. If we drop this thing all the way down, which it gets way down there, it's kind of goofy, honestly. That'd be like putting it down in 1st gear. So if we cycle this thing to 1st gear, now we can take that line, and it's still pretty close to that 3rd hole you can see there. So I think we can make that work there. So basically, I'm gonna cut this rod, weld a bolt on there like we talked about earlier, and put one of the heims on here. So this was the line I was referencing. So we need the center of the heim to end up in line with it, which means we need to cut the bolt and the rod back in this area to cut and weld it. I installed the linkage at the 3rd hole like we talked about, and I knew it was wrong because I would come down to reverse, neutral, and then drive, and right there in the column is a stop, so it can't just pop up. And with it there before, I could push on it and it would actually pop back up and lock at neutral. So let me show you what I did. So all I did was adjust this heim right here and take it to the 4th hole, just to tighten up a little bit. So to tighten it up, you want less leverage on this main arm. So I know that looks like it's hitting there, but that has wiggle room. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up cutting this thing down in the end and making it the overall length. So inside here, we've got reverse, neutral, overdrive, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. 2nd, 3rd, overdrive, locks right there, neutral, reverse, park. Alright, well that's it for this video. It still needs a little fine tuning, like I said, as far as cutting down that arm and welding up the bushing that goes through the frame. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I hope this gives you guys some ideas how you can get creative on yours and make it work without buying an expensive shifter, and also be able to work around some crazy toe boards like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, please check out some of the other videos. If you always come back, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for taking your time to come watch my videos. If you're on Instagram, I'm on there at Puddin's Fab Shop, and I'll see you guys next time. But don't forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Go to Tom.
Y'all think y'all's funny?
You're so cute.
You think you're funny?
Say yes. Say go to Tom.